Welcome to Old Coins Explorer, your favorite corner of YouTube where coins aren't just currency, they're treasures waiting to be uncovered. If you've ever held a coin in your hand and wondered about its story, its history, or its hidden value, you're not alone. We're building a community of curious minds, collectors, and adventurers who see coins not as pocket change, but as keys to a different time. And today, we're exploring one of Australia's most iconic pieces, the Australian 20-cent coin. At first glance, it might look like just another silver coin, but take a closer look, and you'll discover layers of artistry, history, and hidden gems, sometimes literally. Whether you're a numismatist, a casual hobbyist, or just someone who loves a good story, this video is packed with surprises. So sit back, relax, and let's take a deep dive into the fascinating world of the Aussie 20-cent piece. Let's start at the very beginning. A new currency era. Decimal day 1966. On February 14, 1966, Australia made a bold move. The nation officially transitioned from the British-influenced pound, shilling, and pence system to a modern decimal currency. It was a huge deal. Imagine changing every price tag, every cash register, every sign in every store, all at once. It wasn't just about coins and notes. It was about reshaping an entire nation's financial identity. With this massive shift came a brand new set of coins: 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, and 50 cent pieces. Among these newcomers was our star, the Australian 20-cent coin. Right from the start, it stood out. Slightly larger than the 10-cent coin and with a smoother, more balanced design, the 20-cent coin quickly became one of the most used coins in everyday life. But it wasn't just practical, it was beautiful. The design, a swim through history. Flip the coin over, and you'll see one of the most iconic creatures in Australian wildlife, the platypus, designed by Stuart Devlin, who would go on to become a renowned Australian goldsmith and designer to the Queen. The image of the platypus swimming gracefully through water is instantly recognizable. Fluid, dynamic, and elegant, it's more than just a picture. It's a tribute to Australia's unique and diverse natural world. Devlin didn't just sketch an animal. He captured a moment. The swirling water, the curved form of the platypus, the motion, it all comes together in a way that almost makes the coin feel alive. That's one of the reasons collectors around the world admire it. Not just for rarity or value, but for sheer aesthetic brilliance. On the other side, you'll find a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, an image that's changed over the years, but always serves as a symbol of Australia's Commonwealth ties. Depending on the year your coin was minted, the Queen's image might look slightly different. Each version a snapshot of her reign, and a detail that collectors love to track. Materials and measurements. What makes a 20-cent coin? Let's get into the physical details. The Australian 20-cent coin is made from cupronickel, a combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It gives the coin its distinctive silvery shine and durability. The coin weighs approximately 11.3 grams, has a diameter of 28.65 millimeters, and a thickness of 2.00 millimeters. Its size and weight give it a solid, satisfying feel in the hand, big enough to notice but not cumbersome. It's one of those coins that feels just right. The edge is reeded or milled, meaning it has tiny grooves running along the rim, an old technique used to prevent coin clipping back in the day, and now just a nice finishing touch. First mintage, the 1966 series. The very first Australian 20-cent coins were struck in 1966, the year of decimalization. Over 26 million of them were minted that year, making a highly circulated and accessible piece. But even among those millions, some hidden treasures exist. The 1966 coins were minted at 3 locations: Canberra, Melbourne, and London. Yes, London. Due to the massive demand for new decimal coins, the Royal Mint in London was recruited to help with production. As a result, some of these early coins carry subtle differences in their strike quality and details, differences that eagle-eyed collectors hunt for. For example, coins with a slightly shallower or less defined platypus are often linked to London production. While they aren't necessarily more valuable in a general sense, some numismatists love these small distinctions and treat them as minor variations worth keeping. Common coin, hidden value. You might be thinking, okay, cool design, interesting history, but it's a common coin, right? Yes, It's common in circulation, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. In fact, depending on the year, condition, mint mark, and errors, some 20-cent coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. We'll talk about rare years and valuable errors in the next part of this video. But for now, just know this. Never underestimate the coin in your change jar. That shiny 20-cent piece could be more than just bus fare. The platypus legacy. The platypus design has become one of the most beloved coin images in Australia's decimal currency history. It's appeared consistently on the 20-cent coin for decades and hasn't been replaced or redesigned in any major way, which speaks volumes about its popularity. Why the platypus? Besides being native to Australia and wonderfully unique, the platypus is also symbolic of the country's natural mystery. It's a mammal that lays eggs, has a duck-like bill, and venomous spurs. Basically, nature's mashup. It represents a kind of wonder, curiosity, and wildness that resonates deeply with the Aussie identity. And for a coin to carry that symbol, it's like holding a little piece of Australian magic in your pocket, used in everyday life. From vending machines to parking meters, school canteens to public transport, the 20-cent coin has long been part of Australia's daily rhythm. It's not as small as the 5 or 10-cent coins that often get lost or overlooked, and not as big as a 50-cent piece, which feels bulky for casual transactions. The 20-cent coin sits comfortably in the middle, handy, reliable, familiar. Even today, with the rise of digital payments and tap-and-go culture, the 20-cent coin remains in circulation. Its continued presence is a nod to its enduring practicality and the affection Australians have for their coinage, a symbol of stability. While the economy changes, prices shift, and banknotes evolve, the 20-cent coin has stayed remarkably consistent. Same design, same size, same spirit. That kind of stability is rare in the world of currency, where redesigns, discontinuations, and changes are the norm. It's not just a piece of money, it's a constant, a little anchor of familiarity in a rapidly changing world. Cultural significance and pop culture. Believe it or not, the 20-cent coin has made appearances in Australian pop culture, ads, games, and even school projects. Teachers use it to teach kids about money, math, and history. Artists use it in creative projects. And for generations of Australians, it's part of their childhood, used to buy lollies at the corner shop, ice cream at the beach, or tuck shop treats at recess. It might be metal, but it holds memories. Let's take a quick detour into collecting basics. If you're new to coin collecting, here's a tip that matters. Condition is everything. A 20-cent coin that's been in a drawer for years and is scratched, worn, or dirty will have a very different value than a mint-condition piece that's never been circulated. While most people are familiar with the regular circulating version of the 20-cent coin, there's a whole world of proof coins, mint sets, and commemorative editions that take things to another level. Proof coins are special. They're made using a unique minting process that involves multiple strikes on a polished blank using specially prepared dies. The result is a coin that sparkles like a mirror and looks almost too perfect to touch. These are typically released in collector sets and are never meant for circulation. The Royal Australian Mint has released many of these over the years, and they're highly sought after. A proof 20-cent coin from any decade can be worth significantly more than its face value, especially if it's still sealed in its original packaging. Then come the commemorative editions, coins that were created to mark important national events. One of the most famous is the 2001 Federation 20-cent series, which celebrated 100 years of Australia as a federation. There were multiple versions, one for each state and territory, each with its own unique design. These coins were only in circulation for a limited time, and collectors loved to hunt down the full set. And don't forget the 2005 World War II 60th anniversary 20-cent coin, another beautifully designed piece that mixes national pride with historical memory. It features the Australian War Memorial and a poppy symbol, and even in circulated condition, it holds a special place in collector albums. Most years, the Royal Australian Mint produces tens of millions of 20-cent coins. But sometimes, for reasons like existing stock or low demand, fewer coins are minted. And in the coin world, fewer means more valuable. Take 1985, for example. Only 1.2 million 20-cent coins were minted that year. Compare that to over 26 million in 1966, and you start to see why 1985 coins can fetch higher prices, especially in uncirculated condition. Then there's 1993, another quiet year, with just 4.7 million minted. It's on every collector's radar. If you find a high-quality 1993 coin, especially one with full detail and minimal wear, hold on to it. Its value is only increasing. What's more exciting is that many people don't realize they have low mintage coins sitting in their coin jars at home. These aren't flashy errors or commemorative pieces. They're just quietly rare, and they're out there waiting to be found. Social media has added a whole new layer to collecting. Online groups, Instagram accounts, and YouTube channels have turned coin hunting into a shared adventure. Collectors post their finds, share tips, and even trade or sell rare coins. You never know who might spot that subtle die crack or rare variation in your photo. Suddenly, a coin you thought was ordinary becomes a star of your collection. It's a community fueled by curiosity and connection. That's the magic of the 20-cent coin. It brings people together from all walks of life. Young or old, beginner or expert,